remaining 80% current affairs video and general studies complete videos, please subscribe to our complete package. 1. How the rising sea levels make days longer. How can scientists measure the exact length of the day? What might be the other causes for slowing down in Earth rotation? What is the way forward for coastal cities if the sea level continues to rise? GS Paper 3, Climate Change, Rise in Sea Levels. How the rising sea levels make days longer. The melting of glaciers near the Earth's poles and the resulting rise in sea level is slowing down the Earth's rotation and making each day a little longer. Glaciers contain a huge amount of mass near the poles, close to the Earth's axis of rotation, which runs from pole to pole. When glaciers melt, the meltwater ends up in the oceans, which have most of their volume near the equator, farther away from the Earth's axis. This results in longer day as Earth rotation slows down. In fact, a century from now, the length of a day will increase by 1.7 milliseconds. How can scientists measure the exact length of the day? Scientists measure changes in the speed of the Earth's rotation over thousands of years by looking at records of ancient eclipses recorded by civilizations such as the Babylonians. Because astronomers know the Earth's orbit very precisely, they can predict exactly what date and time eclipses should have been visible, if the Earth were always rotating at the same rate as it is today. But if the Earth were rotating at a slightly different speed, the part of the Earth facing the Moon at a given point during the eclipse would be different. What might be the other causes for slowing down in Earth rotation? The pull of the Moon, which tends to slow down the rotation. Over the past 3,000 years, the core of the Earth has been speeding up a little, and the mantle crust on which we stand is slowing down. Changes in the rotation of the Earth's core can be detected by changes in the Earth's magnetic field. The way forward. Coastal communities must act with urgency to prepare for this rising threat. Municipalities, with state and federal help, should prioritize and incentivize flood-proofing of homes, neighborhoods, and key infrastructure. Must curtail development in areas subject to tidal flooding. They should consider the risks and benefits of adaptation measures such as seawalls and natural buffers. Developing long-term plans based on the best available science. 2. Do you think Paris climate deal is best chance to save our Earth as we have now? What will be the possible steps with respect to treaty now? Will climate deal change anything? GS Paper 3, Paris Climate Change Summit. No. In short, this agreement will mean less of the carbon pollution that threatens our planet. Though the deal falls short of some strict controls over large emitters, the following measures in the agreement ensures the defense of our planet. To peak greenhouse gas emissions as soon as possible and achieve a balance between sources and sinks of greenhouse gases in the second half of this century. To keep global temperature increase well below 2 degrees Celsius, 3.6 F, and to pursue efforts to limit it to 1.5 degrees C.Celsius. To review progress every 5 years. $100 billion a year in climate finance for developing countries by 2020, with a commitment to further finance in the future. What will be the possible steps with respect to treaty now? The treaty still has to be ratified by every country taking part in the negotiations. But always there will be a last-minute twists from many countries. There may be many more arguments about the terms behind closed doors which could result in a watered-down deal. The latest negotiations managed to avoid such an impasse by developing a system of intended nationally determined contributions, INDCs. Will climate deal change anything? Unusually, this treaty is supposed to be legally binding and a clear framework has been drawn up to hold countries to account if they do not meet their targets. But some environmental groups have denounced the proposals as too weak and too late. Crucially, the draft deal only commits to keeping temperatures well below a 2°C rise and only promises to try to reach 1.5°C. The temperature vulnerable countries say needs to be achieved in order for them to survive. The deal only offers a frayed lifeline to the world's poorest and won't cut emissions fast enough. 3. As per new study, how the global warming leads falling oxygen levels. Falling oxygen levels caused by global warming could be a greater threat to the survival of life on planet Earth than flooding, according to researchers from the University of Leicester. The study says that an increase in the water temperature of the world's oceans of around 6 degrees Celsius, which some scientists predict could occur as soon as 2100. If it happens, it could stop oxygen production by phytoplankton by disrupting the process of photosynthesis, which may likely result in the mass mortality of animals and humans.